We are not one does not mean we are not brothers as Africans.
Hello my bessies, welcome to this channel. It's your girl Susu here. If you are not subscribed yet, please do well to subscribe, support this channel, like this video, comment and share. Thank you.
We are not one does not mean we are not brothers as Africans. So we can live, go to different places, go to different countries as Africans. We can do visa free to many places. But when it comes to bringing people to one nation, amalgamating people to one nation, we have known that this is a problem to us. And the reason why we keep on saying that it's a problem is because of the reality on ground. That what is happening in Nigeria has never happened in any country in the world. To the extent that the record of 2 months death in Nigeria surpassed the whole killing in 1 year in Ukraine. And they said there is no war in Nigeria. So what is your take about this? What do you think that could be the solution, if not division, that someone like me believe that that could be the solution?
Okay, thank you for your question. This is my second time calling on your show. I called some months back. Then you still believe they won Nigeria. so I remember I got into an argument.
And that was when.
That was last year, sometime last year. But you still believe that there was a way that we could work it out. You are very optimistic then, you know. Well, but when I called in, I was telling you that it's not possible for us to make a headway.
Okay.
Yeah. So the way I see it is actually unfortunate. So the problem we have actually is that many of us are insincere, and I think it's two-pronged. And okay. I place the blame of what is happening to us in Nigeria and, you know, by extension Africa, at the foot of our elite. And our elite are those people who I consider those people who are very highly educated, and then those who are widely traveled.
Okay.
You know, so educated by those who have acquired Western education and all that. And then not everybody who has acquired Western education has been widely traveled. So some people who have also been widely traveled have not acquired that formal education. But the reason why I consider them our elite is, you know, that traveling has a way of educating you, broadening your mind and scope.
You are
and then
right.
You can see the world for what it is.
You are right.
And then also getting educated, or, you know, Western education, some form of education, has a way of also broadening your mind and your intellect, and then you see the world for what it is. So these two set of people, the elite are supposed to be the vanguard. Those are the vanguard of they should be those are the vanguard of protecting and, I don't know, let me say, canvassing for a group of people. Because those people who have not been exposed don't know. They are ignorant. They don't know. Yeah. So for all races, like for the white, the Caucasian, they are explorers. Those that traveled, came to Africa, went around the world. They are part of the elite group. And then the scientists, those that studied and everything, they are also part of the elite group. And the place of Europeans now in the world is because of the combined effort of all those people.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the other people now are benefiting. They are benefiting from the combined work done by all this elite group. So the problem we have as Africans, I place it at the foot of the elite group, because we are the ones who understand and who have seen what is really going on. Now the problem with the elite is that there are two groups. One are those people who are hypocritical. They know the truth, but they've just come to
protecting their interests, maybe business or in politics.
Yeah, they know that, oh, this is what it is actually, but they just say, oh, they just accept it. They be like, maybe this is beyond them. They look at you know, what is involved, and like, okay, they're overwhelmed, and you know, and then there's also that group that is, I feel, maybe innately wicked. You know, so I don't know which one is better than which. I just feel that they are just both detrimental to the collective of everybody, because so they see the truth, they know the truth, but they keep telling a lie. You know, instead of staying with the truth, even if it means you die, but just say no, this is what it is. We're not going to change, so that everybody that comes outside you knows that this is what we should go after. What they do is now they change it. They change the game, they change the narrative, and it's their behavior that has made Nigeria fester for as long as it has. And Africa, you know, they call it all sorts of things: agencies, NGO, this school, that one. So it looks like we have something that is working when we have nothing. We have a rotten foundation. And the foundation is that what you have is something that was built so that you cannot actually progress. It was done intentionally. And so if you decide to move in any way, you like do this, the university, this to cover this mineral here, do that, do elections, you still come back to, you know, because that foundation is rotten. So what other people would have done is make sure they attack that thing. They are intellectuals. They write books. They make movies until they cut it off. Even if it takes them 1 century. And then once they fix that problem, then they can now make progress. But what we have done is we've shied away from the truth. We've altered what it is, and we are chasing other things. And that's sickness. It's not even, the problem is that the sickness is not static. It's worsening every day. Yeah. You know, from somebody that maybe from someone that was on that was just going to see his doctor, now he's in coma. I'm waiting for waiting for the for the funeral. Because the truth is that since this is a competitive world, those people who are competing against you are not sleeping. So as you're not doing anything to get out of the mess you're in, they also have their 1,000-year plan, and they will keep doing what they can to make their people better, stronger. And if they keep making their people better and stronger, your own people now will keep being weaker and weaker and weaker. Only God, you know, it's just God's special grace that we are still surviving. Like,
all right, quickly with this question.
Yeah.
Do you think that with the situation things going on, what do you think that will be the nearest possible solution to this? Because the Southwest now, we already have two groups. One is advocating for Yoruba nation. One is advocating for referendum and regionalism. In Biafra land, you don't even talk about any two other things. You already know. Everybody in the world knows that these people have left. Mentally, they have left. In the north, the Hausas are still agitating. In the middle belt, the agitation is just getting more higher and higher. What do you think that could be the quickest way out of this mess?
Well, see, now let's say we had I don't know, let's say miraculously you get a good I'm looking for the correct word. Let's say miraculously you get a true Pan-Africanist.
Okay.
When I mean is a Pan-Africanist that comes in, and when I mean Pan-African, I mean someone from one of the tribes that comes in and sees the problem for what the problem is, and is not full of hate for maybe one ethnic group and looking for how to jeopardize their standing or business or whatever, their progress. So that would be one of the ways. Say if the next person becomes a leader, then that person will have to liaise with some superpower, and then be able to convoke a call for a referendum, or some form of a way to be able to peacefully, as much as we can, split the country apart. That's what I'm saying. If that was possible, but that I don't, you see, the problem with us is that the game we are playing is that whenever the power comes to your ethnic group, we start thinking of,
that was what this man is saying, that Hausas have done their own. The North, he didn't say Hausa, the North has done their own. When Buhari was there, he took everybody from the North into power. Now Tinubu is there now. Everybody in Yoruba is there. That tomorrow, other people will still come, and that we can't continue like this.
Yeah, we are. But
the question is this: don't blame them. The way Nigeria is structured, if you study the theories of tribalism, you will see that they are doing the best thing. If Tinubu don't use someone from Yoruba to do chief of staff, chief of army, chief of all those things, before you know, they will remove him. There is no doubt about that. They will remove him out of that seat. And don't say it's not possible. So because of fear, because they know that this country is not one, Nigeria is not one, is this because of fear they will use their people to do the whole major position? It's because of fear. They understand that this country, anything can happen at any day. So that is why when you look at the whole top positions, it's Yoruba people that are occupying it. The people he trusted. Now, when Buhari was on seat, Buhari did the same. The whole thing was to the North, the people he trusted, because he was afraid of Nnamdi Kanu then, and a lot of people, things was heating up. So he don't mind using his own people who can defend him at any day, at any time. So that is the situation that clarifies what we are saying, that we are not one, even though we are brothers as Africans, but we are not one.
Yeah. So you see what the answer to, but you can, let's say we want to peacefully go our way. You see why we cannot peacefully do it is because of the external factor.
Influence.
Because this was already what they attempted to do in Aburi.
Yeah.
When Ojukwu went to Aburi and sat with Gowon and the other, that thing was like, that was an attempt to generalize that not, you can't get anything better than that. These were young military officer guy, and they were doing it under the supervision of another African, another so-called brother in Ghana. And despite everything they talked about, everything, and so look at this scenario. So there are two, you can have a need for a call for, let's say, regionalism when in the time of peace, and then you can have one at the brink of war. Now theirs was at the brink of war, which made that meeting very, 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 very crucial and very important. So even though, despite the fact that they did that and sat down and agreed and said, okay, we don't want to, we've killed enough people, there's enough bloodshed, let this thing not become larger than it is now. And they all agreed and signed and said, okay. But once they left there, it fell apart. So you see that it's beyond us as because if it was within our purview, then that should have worked. We shouldn't have lost millions of lives. Because that civil war now has further damaged our relationship. And even when we say one Nigeria, that if we split and go, look, there's a lot of repair that has to go on. We can even split as nations now and go into wars for thousands of years. Because of, there's a fundamental thing among Africans, which the outsiders have understood. We are not very good at dialoguing. We are not very good at strategizing and projecting. We can, instead of choosing a solution that will last, like what Tinubu is doing now. This thing is, the most he will stay is 8 years. I get your point, what he's doing, but how's that a solution? So you end up now stoking deeper ethnic hate, and then once you leave, the other people come with revenge. And it's not just only in Nigeria, it's what is going on all over Africa. Different way, different forms. So that's the problem we have as dark people as some as around Africans. being able to dialogue, being able to project, you know, being able to look and say, okay, this is good for us now, but what if in the long run? And many of us actually don't think as like Pan-Africans. Most of us just think about our tribe. That is a very big weakness. We just think about and when you go to the tribe, depending on how you push us and what our motivations are, we pander to a sub-tribe. You see what I'm saying? So even if you come among the Yorubas, the so-called Yorubas, some of them will now go and be almost this or almost that. And it can happen to Igbos. It can happen to Northerners. You have that susceptibility.
And also Igbo, they say Abakaliki and this and that.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of it is, I hate to say this, but I would not like to, a lot of it is intellectual, collective. That's why we are getting it very wrong as Africans, because we have so many groups with different intellectual, I don't know, because of our religious and cultural backgrounds, the way we think of oppression and progress is very different. Like if I ask you now, what is progress? What is progress? What is your legacy? What do you want to leave? It's different from what somebody from maybe the north or somewhere else will think. It doesn't necessarily mean your own is correct or what the other person is correct. But the fact that they are very different means that you cannot. Then you're sending the same people to go and vote for somebody when their thinking is diametrically opposite. One will pick the other person. The other person will, you know. Yeah.
It's all right, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's get back to. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's get back to the WhatsApp call and respond to some calls there. Hello.
Hello.
Madam Origin, good morning, ma'am.
Thank you. It's always good to you know, hear you and all you bring to the table and all you're doing for humanity, because this is a clarion call.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Humanity to save lives, to see if we can restore our dignity. That is what you're doing. Because when sanity comes and people come to understand what is going on, to be honest with you, there will be a reset of the mind.
Yeah.
I want to thank Jude. Is this Tyler with a long name?
Mr. Jude.
Yes, with his insight in what he said. And also, I think he said he's secretary to Eminent, I don't know, the guy that was highlighting on regional. And all of those are good ideas. We Africans, we don't lack ideas. We don't lack intelligence. But we need to really, you know, find out where the rain started falling on us. Until we find that, and I hear a lot of times, you know, people, I mean, we have been so, I call it reverse intelligence. They played what I call reverse intelligence on us, that, you know, it is how the easiest way to kill a man is to let him believe what he is not. And that has really destroyed the typical African man. I talk about where I come from, which is Igbo and Biafra and Nigeria. Now, I want to tell everybody that is here, please. You see, for you to gain Pan-Africanism, I'm beginning to doubt when they say tribe, you know, people that are thinking tribe, they have problem. No, I think when we consolidate ourselves as tribes that we are proud of, we can launch forward and reach out to others. I use Igbo tribe as an example. And I keep saying this over, I talk from what I know. I don't talk from what I don't know. I read this book called The Harold Smith, and since then I've been disgusted, nauseated, livid, and this is what I understood from that. And anybody that wants to talk about Africa or talk about Nigeria or talk about anything about what is going on, if you have not read that book, please don't say a word, because you don't know what is going on in your life. You don't know what has happened to us as a people. I call it a system that they brought in because they saw that the typical, I look at the Hausa people, I cry every day. Those are I think they are the most benevolent in this whole Nigeria. Very accepting, very good people. But see how they are dismantled. Because I think they over-trusted. Instead of trusting, but trying to verify. Someone came to you and told you that what you have is wrong. And now what he gave to you was stinking, because they have charm, they have this, they have all kind of things. You swallow the hook, line, and sinker without comparing what you have with what was given to you. I still go back to this Harold Smith story. What I see there is, it baffled me that this thing called iniquity and sodomy, that they had the icing on it with feudalism, is what was given to. Because when you look at the whole thing, there is no way you can redeem this country called Nigeria. You can't. Because everything that is happening now was going on there. So how can you revamp iniquity that has lasted over 50 to 60 years? And the people have been conditioned to believe in reverse intelligence. If an average Nigerian don't speak English correctly, or go to get this quote job that they started to introduce iniquity before they give you a job, you are not anything. When we were raised to preserve our...
Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, my name is Felix Ochiaboto.
All right.
I'm calling from Fort Worth, Texas.
All right, thanks for joining us.
I'm enjoying your program on a daily basis. I love your program so much. In fact, I sleep with it all the time.
Okay,
keep on doing a good work.
Thank you so much. Just 1 minute. For those people who are calling normal call, please kindly call WhatsApp call, okay? I see a lot of calls coming through the normal call. If I respond to the call, it is going to disturb the network. So let's just be going with the WhatsApp call, please. All right,
no problem. I'm calling from WhatsApp with WhatsApp call.
Yeah, I know. Some persons are calling direct call.
Okay. I just want to add one or two things in regards to your program. It's time for our people to get up and do the right thing. We don't have to wait for the so-called governors and whatever people who are working under the government.
Okay.
Our people, villages have to gather their peoples, form groups that goes into the forest and comb the forest from time to time. They will never defeat us. This is our land. We will never accept anybody taking our land. Coming to the issue of people coming back home to invest is not possible, because anywhere where there is insecurity, it's very hard for somebody to throw away his money. I know how difficult it is to get money. I work for my money. But if things are okay in our place, you will see a lot of people who want to invest in the East. A lot of people would like to invest in the East, including me myself.
Okay.
I have farm back home in my village.
Okay.
I cultivated cassava almost 70 plots of land because of this year, you know. So I'm doing it just to help our people back home. But the other way around is not safe. You know, I know my area in Abia State. You dare not come there with cattle in my area. The whole of Old Bende Division will ban cattle. You can't rear cattle in our area. You know, so it's a little bit safer that area. But I wish the whole Igbo land would be like that. Yeah.
All right. I really understand the level of insecurity that is carrying, you know, the investors away, but nonetheless, there are still places that they can.
Reach Lagos, I can't say that as long as we are Nigeria, you're hypocrisy. Because no Nigeria love Nigeria, and every Nigeria is a tribalism, hypocrisy, nepotism. But I thank APC for bringing it out. Before you be Nigeria, that means you see truth. You know talk that truth because they favor you. Not to put a panel. I can't shut my TV for Lagos. The day where I travel Nigeria out, na 16th January 2002. That day, na this Adam Shoshimurole. They do labor, blah blah blah. You know this labor. Every organization in Nigeria na criminal. Na boys say here, na boys say here. If you did here, they lodge you. You don't become somebody. You go enter politics. So that time, I think this man now one collect man we going to fight Obasanjo because I hear Felamidi say Obasanjo na Egbekebe, the man will change black to be white. So the fact is that as long as Nigeria, that name is concerned, because Nigerians are emphasized, that name Nigeria, where my dialect to say na people where they drink on top of water compost for us. Say country, now God they give country name, not be human being. So as long as the name Nigeria is fake, everybody who is in Nigeria is a fake. And these people where they come sometimes come say Akurono. Me, I know the tribalism, but I hate Yoruba life. I hear outside, no one hear Yoruba. Because of their net of their hypocritical way since Lagos.
What do you mean by hypocritical way? And why do you say Yoruba? Why do you generalize?
Let me explain to you. I like APC because APC bring every color Nigeria have been hiding out. No, you see Fulani man be a kind of man as you see them. If you come to terrorize you, you prepare yourself very well. Attack and back. Ingo relax. No say you prepare. Be like a Jewish man versus other this religion. Their religion where they kill us. So hence you prepare for Fulani man. You come no say there is no place where they sabotage you. You do ready to die with and whatever you want. You know being knife be this na your own be this. Fulani man go relax. You would and feel stay. But you see Yoruba man, not be every Yoruba, but especially all these Yoruba Muslim. Like the kind of people you will never know their face in this earth. As they there with you, they sing for you music. They there outside, they plan what you go kill you. They please you like say be a friend.
Is it?
You go there, you vanish.
What about the Igbos?
For now we get Sabonani, they want to tell you because I they land up for them. That's why I like since Nnamdi Kanu come, everything in Nigeria has been open up. We get a brave people where because I never believe say the same woman like money like this, but I see.
So that is an indication. Yes, my brother. Wait, that is an indication that in every tribe you will see both the good and the bad and the ugly.
That is why Nigeria must divide so that people go start managing their own bad people and their good people. Now so Australia, Slovenia no reach 2 million. Slovakia now 1.4. If we divide our Biafra go, we go to manage our criminals. No be say Fulani go come impose say now we be criminals, but where they get their own criminals. So now our place then they go they decide where then they massacre criminals, hang criminals. Don't say if we get our Biafra, we go treat our criminals on our own way. In this country, why they know they kill their indigenous. So now, if we leave that one apart, coming to these Igbo people where they tell you, Akulona all the time. Me, I like to invest in Nigeria, in Igbo land. Sorry for mentioning Nigeria, in Igbo land. But you go invest where before animal. You do invest for Akulona. For animal still be controller of custom. For animal, nine be still be police. We go guide the motor.
It depends. It depends on what you want to invest. What do you want to invest?
Nothing to invest in Nigeria. Are you investing where you can agriculture? What I know very well from my
So
village.
what are you saying now with some of us who are in Nigeria? So what are you telling us to go to hell?
The only thing that can save us at everlasting life is only when you get Biafra. If you get Biafra, if you want Nnamdi talk, you divide your name of your own data from that Biafra. These people where they claim Nigerian data go choose their own name. Everybody go down his phone. If people join, we join ourselves together. That is how you can grow any investment. It lasts forever. Not be this place where market they born and not fire service. What they invest in, they guarantee in 20 years that is still there. Yeah,
most of the things you are saying is true. Most of the things you are saying is true here, okay?
Nothing can work under the name Nigeria. Make Nigeria people stop patching. Everybody should rise up and destroy the name Nigeria before it go destroy us. That's the point here. So that you are going to have any way they invest go be everlasting. People where they never market now, they never lose all their whole wealth. Who will pay them back? Not before Akulona, then they not be able to be that place. You get a free.
No insurance. No insurance. If I burn your things, you're on your own.
This man, so no, if I carry gun, I go shoot him because I'm the only governor in my life we used to pack dirty to make campaign. Immediately when make that campaign, I tell my friend here, I say this man don't fail. I never hear him in my word. Where you go meet people where they rent tipper and caterpillar. Government to pack the thing will be 1 week. And now if we come here, they use the thing, they speak English. Now we Igbos don't become people who be dirty people. Pass to Lagos.
It's okay.
Nothing will go work in Igbo land. We can only manage so far as we get these slaves where they go north, go take a Takia first before they become governor. Nothing to work. The first thing we go do is to chase these people away, and our life will be new. No shortcut. That's how other world do it. So
all
it's
right,
better everybody that in head to Biafra.
All right, thank you for your opinion.
If you get freedom, you get investment. If you don't get freedom, no investment. We should stop this British Igbo in the Igbo and speak this, the other one speak this. Very soon, all of them go run away. Very, very soon.
Thank you.
Until we get Biafra, now we can get our life.
Thank you so much.
So God bless you.
All right, thanks.
That's the point where we stand the Biafra first before anything go work.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
God bless you. Good night.
All right. Okay, let's have our next caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you're with us. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from?
Well, I've called before. I just called back. I don't normally do this, but I have to call back because of one guy. I'm not going to say any wrong word to him, but I want to tell him that because after I spoke my own opinion, and which is the truth, because we all know that Nigeria is not going to work. Nigeria is not going to work. Let's tell ourselves the truth. You saw how that Yoruba guy was saying in that interview. That one name I saw here in the comment section, his name is Azubike Akubeze. I don't know if that is his real name. He said that I sound like IPOB. Let me tell you, my brother, Azubike Akubeze, I don't know if you are Igbo or whatever.
You should have replied to him on the comment section now.
No, we are Igbo. I'm not talking. If you want to listen, let him listen. I'm just saying, having some things.
All right, no problem. Just summarize it in 1 minute because others are still coming.
He said, yeah, because now I want to tell you, because I repeat again, Nigeria can never break in peace. I repeat again, Nigeria can never break in peace. And that Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba don't even cast. A lot of tribes are in Nigeria now. They wake up, everybody are woken up. Everybody want to get his own share. Everyone want to be on his own because the killings or the Fulani or the cheating of the Fulani and cheating in Nigeria is too much. Everybody is now like, I want to stay on my own. No trust, no love. Understand me? So if I sound like IPOB, this is consciousness because what they gave us 1967 can never go away. Just like when Nigeria shouting up NEPA. If you can see a 2-year-old baby in Nigeria, you will shout up NEPA. So that is how Biafra civil war is. There's no village, there's no family in Igbo land today that never lives, that didn't lose 1 or 2 people. Understand me? So it's like a thing, like the same thing with Hausa people. Hausa people are more angry than Igbo people. So there's nothing like Nigeria. We are Igbos before Nigeria. We are talking about our own things. Anyone can
you have said that before now. Yeah, I see.
Thank you so much, Okocha. That's what I want to tell you. I don't know if that is his real name.
All right, thank you so much. All right, let's have another conda. Hello?
Hello, yes.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Your name and where you are calling from?
Okay, I'm online. I'm calling from the US.
All right, sir.
Yeah, thank you for what you are doing. I watch your show all the time. Most of the times, not live. But I listened to everything that everybody else was saying. And I pretty much agree with them. Initially, when Nnamdi Kanu started, initially I didn't buy into it. But after I watched 2 of his videos, I knew that was the guy started the revolution that Nigeria needs. There was a video that went viral. I think it was a BBC interview. The man's name was Harold Smith. Okay. I think everybody needs to Google that video and go and watch it. It's about the history of Nigeria, how the first election in Nigeria was rigged, the role that the British played, the template that they left for the Fulani that they are still using today. So what they did, according to that man, was that they played the tribes, the regions against one another. And at any point in time, whatever political party you have or anybody you have in power, they made sure that one tribe is played against the other, while the Northerners always maintain the vantage point. So now that the young people, everybody is rising up, it makes me very happy because I know that the end result will be what everybody wants. But if we don't go to that video and study it and listen to it, we will just be, going around the circle.
All right.
But once we realize,
can you do me a favor? Maybe after today's broadcast, you send it to me on WhatsApp.
Okay, I will do that.
I will appreciate that, sir.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, I will do that. So until everybody watches that video, and then the people, everybody that is that wants, their own region to be autonomous, then they can devise their own strategies on how to do it. So, and that is that. Then for those people that are fixated on Nigeria, they are just deceiving themselves. From the get-go, Nigeria was a protectorate. It was not intended to be a country. And that is why the people who are benefiting from that that enterprise, whether outside the British particularly and inside the place, the northern what you call them, caliphates, And the few people that they are using among the Yoruba and among the Igbos and other tribes, the young people need to identify those people, whether they come together and settle them, give them whatever they need and let go, or they have to settle them the other best way they know how. I can say that on here. That is the only way we can, we can have a headway. As far as I'm concerned, I don't believe in one Nigeria. There's no such thing as one Nigeria. The only thing you see there is that everybody there, they are Nigerian, that is just a business interest for the people that are benefiting from it. That one Nigeria is gone since the First Republic was destroyed.
Yeah, Mr. Onda, let me just chip in this one. It is only when you go to Aso Rock or government offices, that is where you even talk about one Nigeria and people will give you a welcoming ear. When you go to the market, you talk about Nigeria, they can pour pepper on you. It is just at that now. People don't know what is going on. If you go to the market, you talk about anything government, they will pour you spit, because the rate of insecurity and the major reason why they are doing this is insecurity. Before, even though Nigeria inflation is going up and down, it doesn't concern my mothers, my relatives, my community people in the village. It doesn't concern them. You know why? Because those people go to farm, they eat what they produce. But now they can no longer do that. So the anarchy knows, because people cannot continue like that. So you have the floor. Continue.
Yes, I told one of my buddies the other day that since I was born, I've never seen the people in the Yoruba land that didn't have anything to eat. If you don't have food, you go to your neighbor. Yeah. They will feed you.
Yeah.
But right now, the neighbor is trying to manage what they have. Some people even cook, they won't let the neighbors know that they are cooking. How bad it got. It has never happened in Nigeria. People will go to farm, in the Yoruba land, people will go to farm, there's always food surplus. Notice this thing that you see right now, the gentleman that spoke earlier that mentioned something about that something started in 1981. I remember something. What's his name? I think it was when, anyway, maybe before Abacha, something like that. There was something that was a group called Maitasina. That group was the one that was doing something similar to what Boko Haram is doing right now.
Okay.
They call them Maitasina or something like that. So they have that agenda, to destabilize every region. Once they do that, look at now, people can go to farm. But what makes me happy now is that it is backfiring on them. The result that they thought that they were going to get is not what they are getting.
At all.
So I pray to the Most High that this completely breaks the lie, the contraption. Everybody goes their separate way. Our forefathers who fought for independence, they knew what is best for that nation. Look at the Constitution of America. The forefathers of America, they sat down, they already saw the future. Everybody came, they called them union. So each state that you see right now used to operate as a nation. So they came together and they formed union. The 13 first came together and the rest were joining one after the other. So our forefathers saw the differences in the fabrics of the whole people, different culture, different language. Then they look at the ones that are similar or the same, but with little variations, and they came together, they formed each region. And that was the only time that nation had any development whatsoever.
Yeah.
So once that thing is broken, everything is broken. If that nation is going to remain one, that has to come back. If it is never going to, or is that or they execute the Aburi conference, the one that they have geopolitical regions. If they don't have that, we need to break it. Yoruba needs to go, the Igbo needs to go, and the northern people people need to go. Then if the Hausa people that accepted the Fulani from the beginning, if they want to stay with them, that's their problem. If they want to break with them, that is their problem. But if we don't break the structure that the British put there, that country will never see light of the day, and they will keep exploiting our natural resources the way they have been doing for decades. And that's what I think about the whole thing. Now, let me round it up this way. Has it ever occurred to you guys that somebody came from somewhere and started putting everybody together and said that this is the name you will bear and this is what you will be? And now we think the same people are the people that we need to go and meet to come and separate us. They don't have that authority over us in the first place. How can you stay in England and you say you register Nigeria as a nation in Nigeria, in Yoruba land? Please think about that. People need to think about that and let them know that we don't need the intervention of the British or anybody. We people need to come together and say, okay, we don't want to be these wicked people at gunpoint put together and say, this is who you are. We don't need them to validate us going our separate ways. If the young people in the South, all the South, Southwest, South, East, they come together and they put their foot down en masse. Say, okay, we give you 3 months or 6 months. You elders need to come together and see how you will do it. We want this. Trust me, it will happen. But if we are doing it sporadically, everybody doing his own, this one is fighting his own, it's never going to happen because we are still working in the same system that they put together. That is, putting two, playing one tribe or two tribes against one. That is what is going to end up becoming. But the young people, the whole of the South come together with the middle belt, come together and say that we no longer want this. This is what we want. Trust me, they will listen.
Right.
That's what I think.
Thank you so much. And what you said is nothing but the truth. You see, sometimes we'll be able to tell ourselves the truth that this is the way things are. Because if not, we'll continue to live in an illusion, thinking that this is this, but it's not it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. You're doing it very good.
I've come to stay. Nigeria have gone forever. Biafra have come to stay. Tinubu is in the bunker. Biafra have come to stay. I wanted to go to Finland, but somebody stole my passport. Who stole your passport? Yeah, my American passport. I live in America. Who stole it? Or who stole it? One guy stole it. One Nigerian guy, one Biafra guy. So we're having issues. So we went to work. She came in and stole it, but she denied. I know that he stole it. So that's why I didn't go. I wanted to go to Finland. So if I wanted to go there and compose the song, we sing it and they wax it. This particular song, I wanted to wax it. So, but I couldn't go. So if I have another opportunity, maybe when our Prime Minister comes back, if I have an opportunity, I will go. So that's why I wanted to go, so that I want them to wax it, spread it. This song, they said that they let them know that Nigeria is no more. Because very soon Nigeria will. The song, do you release it or what? Yeah, this song was sung during the Civil War, but it didn't go viral anyway. Just few people sang it. So now I remember it. I just composed it again. I want to bring people together. I'll be singing. So some women will be there, men will be there, so that it will have a good voice. It will have something like a bass. If the women sing, the men will sing. If you watch it, it will be nice. All right. That's a nice song. Thank you. And that's song, yeah. Thank you so much.
So I want them to sing. In short, I'm waiting for opportunity to go to either Finland, or if I have this lady's contact about the Prime Minister. I have her contact. I will let her know so that we know what to do. I want this song to be waxed and make it viral. Everybody will get it. Let them rest.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. I think this song you sing is a closing song. We are done for the day.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Let me sing it again before you go. Nigeria, Nigeria, because we have many. If I start singing, the other people will be. If I sing, they sing their own. Then there will be chorus, you know. Nigeria, Nigeria, have gone forever. Biafra, Biafra, have come to stay.